because this is what I'm talking about. This is what's called direct experience. This is what gurus do. This is what teachers do. This is what happens when you wake up. Basically, you are unconditional meeting the condition. Okay, because you are the experience, the unconditional experience as consciousness. So it could be something even unflattering, and it doesn't matter. It's like, unflattering is happening. You know, it doesn't matter. And there's like direct experience. It's like unconditional meeting condition, right? Now, the only thing missing in this is the separating factor to think it and react to that. There's no reaction anymore. There's just direct experience, okay? And this is where unconditionality plays the most pivotal role in your life, okay? This is where, returning back to the natural state, you're given all experience, everything that's happening in your body mind, to your being. You know, when they say give it to your being, this is what they're saying. Allow your being or awareness to be the experience of it without you thinking it. So this is where you develop that consciousness. As I suggested to Bo, just sit for 5 or 10 minutes, no more. If you can do that for 5 minutes and really experience something, it's brilliant. You know, because most people that meditate these days can meditate for hours, but the fact is they've just meditated for hours, you know, and it's a great technique and there's a good payoff and the mind goes, it is better to meditate for 5 minutes, just let go of everything, be that witness. And if something comes up, allow the unconditioned to meet the condition. Now, this is what happens when you directly experience a thought or a feeling, body, or whatever, perception, whatever it is. Memory. As you directly experience it, okay, you'll find that in the beginning, a lot of your thought, memory structure, mental structure, is still been formatted by the way of doership. So it still has that pattern to self-orientate. Okay, so you're going to meet a lot of self-orientation, all right? And a lot of people think, oh, I'm going back into the ego and I've lost it to you. No, you're not. You're directly experiencing your self-orientation for what it is now, you know, and you're allowing self-orientation to come inward to what is unconditional orientation, being orientation, okay? This is where the work begins. This is where enlightenment begins, or integration begins, because you have to meet that self-orientation with complete unconditionality, and by doing so, remaining the experiencer, you're actually accessing an area of your person or body or person via what's experiencing. Now, when this happens, a very remarkable thing happens. The tension that self-orientation needs to maintain self-orientation, the tension which can only be maintained by identification, starts to soften. You know, if there's a tension to separate, it will start to fall away. It will dissipate, go into dissolution, and those, as you access those forms, your forms, not the I thought, but your forms will start to come inward to true relationship to what is experiencing, and then they start to open. As they start to open, they become self-evident of what is experiencing becoming. You start to become. Okay? Now that's amazing, isn't it? That's what happens. Believe it or not, that is exactly what happens. And it takes maturity of unconditional awareness to do that, because I see so many people open up, get the unconditional awareness, and then the first thing that comes along, oh, that's the ego, I'm out of here, or I'm going back into meditation. And then suddenly, you know, they close down again and the world becomes small, where it's a practice to meditate, and they're not actually being what they are in who they are. You know, you've got to meditate the world. You've got to meditate the mind. Just as I meditate you have to meditate you. You know, You have to meditate your mind, meditate your body, meditate your patterns, meditate your reactions, meditate someone walking towards you, partner, everything has to be directly experienced by what you are. And there will be resistance in your patterns because they're all in self-orientation. For them to come into true orientation to what is experiencing, that takes time. And it doesn't matter how long it takes. It doesn't matter who for. You're not living for yourself anymore. You're living to be the experience of your person, reflecting what you are as a being. That's how it works. And it's not clever, you know. As I said, the only way to improve awareness is by being aware. And if that means sitting down for 5 minutes every hour or every 2 hours or 3 times a day, so be it. But really do it. Really let go and be that awareness that no one is doing. And it takes a long time for people to get away, to come out of that trying to be aware or someone being aware, because the mind can do that. That's another thing that the ego can do. It can be aware. It can replicate an awareness, a bubble. It can replicate, you know, someone being aware. Don't be someone being aware. Go deeper than that. Just be that unconditional awareness that is witnessing. And then develop that by meditating that meditating itself.